Hello students, I hope you are fine. Today we are going to continue our topic which is connected with the earth clock, and of course we will speak about passive voice. I would like to start with the vocabulary box. Your task is to listen carefully to the words, to repeat after me, after that to rewrite the words into your vocabularies and to learn them by heart. So listen and repeat. Abandon, abandon. Blessing, blessing. Cargo ship, cargo ship. Engine, engine. Evacuate, evacuate. Factory, factory. Fatal, fatal. Flower bed, flower bed. Remove, remove. Splash, splash. Threat, threat. Undergo, undergo. Now you have 1 minute to rewrite the words into your vocabulary. Okay, I hope that you have finished. Let's move on. We will speak with you about the difference between active and passive voice, and after that we will speak more concrete about passive voice. Let's recall the difference. We use active voice in the situation when we perform the action. For example, wild penguins attacked my sister. Дикие пингвины атаковали мою сестру. We use passive voice when the action is performed on us. Мы используем пассивный залог, когда действие происходит над нами. For example, my sister was attacked by wild penguins. Моя сестра была атакована дикими пингвинами. More examples on active voice. I help my family. The same sentence in the passive voice. My family is helped by me. Active voice. Tom cleans his room every Saturday. The same sentence but in the passive voice. The room is cleaned by Tom every Saturday. In the active voice. I perform my home task 5 days a week. My home task is performed by me 5 days a week. So here we see some examples, and here we see the difference between active and passive voice. Now let's move to the passive voice tenses. Here are the tenses that we use in the passive voice. Let's look at them. The first one is present simple tense, and its formula. M is R plus the ending ed for the regular verbs, and the third form for the irregular ones. Am we use for I, is, he, she, it, are, we, you, they. The second tense is past simple, and its formula was, were, plus the ending ed for the regular verbs, and the third form for the irregular ones. We use was when we have singular and were when we have plural. Number 3, present perfect simple, and its formula have, has, plus the ending ed for the regular verbs, or the third form for the irregular ones. Again, has we use for he, she, it. The fourth, past perfect simple, and its formula had plus been plus the ending ed for the regular verbs, and the third form for the irregular ones. The fifth, it's future simple, and its formula will plus be plus ed for the regular verbs, and the third form for the irregular ones. And of course, all the modal verbs can also be used in passive voice. Such modal verbs as can, must, may, should, can, could, etc. plus be plus the ending ed for the regular verbs, or the third form for the irregular ones. Now let's discuss more concrete. Some short information about the formation. Let's start with present simple. Present simple is used to talk about some actions that are performed in the present, facts or a universal truth. And again, I have written here the formula in order not to forget it. В настоящее время пассивного залога используется тогда, когда речь идет, понятное дело, о настоящем времени. And here are some examples. Into the positive, negative, and question. She is asked to visit her grandparents more often. Ее просят посещать бабушку и дедушку чаще. Here is the formula. The negative. She is not let go for a walk with her friends. Ей не разрешают идти гулять со своими друзьями. Again, I used here the formula. Don't forget about it. It's very important. And the question, is she let go for a walk with her friends? So when we have a question, the auxiliary verb goes to the first place. Next one, past simple, is used to talk about past events with the time markers. What type of time markers? Yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, last Monday, and so on and so forth. Мы используем это время, когда речь идет о прошедшем времени. И есть временные маркеры, такие как вчера, позавчера, в прошлом году. То есть мы знаем точное время, точное прошедшее время. Here is the formula and some examples. Into the positive. They were sent abroad 2 years ago. Were, I used here were because we have the pronoun they and it's plural, and sent, it's an irregular verb, so I used the third form. The negative. They weren't sent abroad 2 years ago. Into the negative we should add the particle not. And the question, were they sent abroad 2 years ago? And again, the auxiliary verb goes to the first place. More passive voices, yeah. Present perfect tense is used to talk about recent actions and situations. We very often we confuse present perfect and past simple. In past simple we know the time markers. In present perfect we don't know the exact time. So be very attentive. Present perfect у нас нету точного определения прошедшего времени. The time markers are the following: already, yet, not yet, just, ever, never, so far, recently, lately. So we don't know the exact tense, but we must not forget to use the formula. For example, she has already been helped with cleaning. Has, because she is the third form singular, particle been from the formula, and as help it's a regular verb, I added the ending ed. The negative, she hasn't been helped with cleaning. And the question, has she been helped with cleaning? Next one, past perfect simple is used to talk about actions that happened before another action in the past. Past perfect simple используется, когда у нас двойное действие в предложении. То есть, давайте рассмотрим пример. When my mother came home, the dinner had been prepared. Когда моя мама пришла домой, ужин был готов. Тут у нас двойное действие. Мама пришла, ужин был готов. Какое действие было первое? That's right. The dinner had been prepared. So the first action we use past perfect. Правильно, ужин был приготовлен. Поэтому первое действие у нас используется в past perfect simple, а второе действие просто в past simple. Negative. When my mother came home, the dinner hadn't been prepared. Когда моя мама пришла домой, ужин не был готов. То есть мама пришла, ужин не был готов, когда она пришла. And the question, had the dinner been prepared when your mother came home? And finally, the last two tenses. It's future simple and the modal verbs. So, future simple is used to talk about events that will happen in the future. Будущее время указывает на действия, которые будут совершаться в будущем. Don't forget to use the formula. Не забывайте про формулу. Let's read the examples. We will be bought new equipment next week. Нам купят новое оборудование на следующей неделе. We won't be bought new equipment next week. Нам не купят новое оборудование на следующей неделе. Will you be bought new equipment next week? Вам купят новое оборудование на следующей неделе. То есть мы придерживаемся формулы will плюс be плюс, так как у нас глагол by неправильный, его третья форма bought, поэтому я использовала здесь bought. And finally the modal verb. Наконец-то модальные глаголы. For example, Mrs. Jones can be asked to write the report. Миссис Джонс могут попросить написать отчет. Не она будет писать этот отчет, а ее могут попросить, чтобы она написала этот отчет. Mrs. Jones cannot be asked to write the report. And when we have question, the modal verb goes to the first place, and it will sound like, can Mrs. Jones be asked to write the report? So here are the main information about passive voice. If you have any questions, you can write or call me, but it's better to write. To call, because I think it's easier. And your home task for the next time. Well, I would like you to enter this link. There you will hear a lot of songs. And you will have to find the passive voice in all those songs and to rewrite them on a piece of paper and to send them to me. Of course, student book, pages 98-99. You will have to perform the task into your copybook. It's not necessary into your workbook. It's not necessary to write it into your copybooks. So please write down your home task for the next time. I hope that you managed. Thank you for your attention. Good luck and be healthy.